Hi, everybody. It's Bill. This is the introduction to week 13 for design thinking and innovative solutions. Hope you've had a great week. One of the things that I'm realizing after seeing your meetings with your key contacts and then seeing the crossover last week, how much I really appreciate and love really good feedback and how valuable that is to your project. So in just about every case, when you, as I mentioned last week, as you got with that key contact, you presented your idea and you got a more detailed razor focus on what you need to do moving forward. In a lot of cases, it reduced the focus of your idea a little bit. Then you go back and you're working with the crossover group, and they have an opportunity in taking on your project for 15 minutes to think expansively in the one big thing. And I've really appreciated those ideas. Your role now, remembering that design thinking is a constant iteration, is to go back, use that feedback to revise your README pitch, but also to add to those knowns and unknowns so that you can start to identify those really key things that are going to be kind of the engine that's going to drive your idea, but also those unknowns that could keep your idea from getting off the ground and creating those experiments. So for this week, in addition to the edits to the README pitch, you're supposed to go out and continue to put together that window. So last week we had you put together all of your knowns and unknowns, and now you're going to start to prioritize those, become reductive into major and minor. And you can simply just add those as bullet points on the Word document right into each of the panes on those windows. And then I had you do a reflective exercise where you're going to identify the one big thing. If somebody were to ask you, well, what's going to make your idea work? You can say these two things, or this thing is going to make it work. Then I want you to identify that most important unknown and to create a plan that could be interviews, it could be research, or an experiment to help make it less of an unknown or more of a known. So that's your role. Coming to class for this week, you're going to have that sheet put together. You're going to submit that on Saturday night. And then for lab, we're starting to talk about our last public story, and that is the story of now. And the next pitch, the Hear Me pitch. And those are going to be one presentation. Take a look. I've posted the criteria for the Hear Me pitch and the story of now. I've also put the worksheet up there that we introduced last week in class, and your job is to put together the ideas and the themes and the text, what you're going to say in each of your slides, in which category that they account for. If you have not done it, one of the most important articles that I've given you to read in this class is the greatest pitch deck I've ever seen. It's 5 pages. It'll be a very quick read, but I think it'll give you a lot of justification and insight into how we're thinking about putting together your README and Hear Me pitches. So, looking forward to another really good weekend, looking at some of your work and seeing you again next week. Until then, take care.